Hey everyone, just wanted to check in. I know I haven't made a video for a while. I've been on the move, moved around so much. Finally started to get a little bit settled and have the capacity and the headspace to do some videos. So I want to get caught up on some different things. And I just wanted to take also a minute and just say, thanks for the people that have taken the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. We're all learning together, right? I'm really glad that the world is waking up to a lot of the things that have been going on. A lot of the hurt that people have been experiencing in families and friendships and intimate partnerships. And if I can help, I've had my share of experiences, believe me. And so if I can bring some value your guys' way and help you guys make some better decisions, or help you gain more clarity so you can make the best decisions for yourself, it would be an honor to do that. So guys, for today's video, I wanted to talk about the enabler. I know, the thing is that with narcissists, they need enablers to be able to carry out a lot of their behavior. And so what you're gonna often find also is that narcissists have also become very good at utilizing these types of people against other people. So if you have someone that has an agenda against you, and somewhere in between your guys' relationship is an enabler, they're going to know exactly how to manipulate that person to get them to be on their side, to get them to see you a certain way. They have all they know how to play the other person. What I want to talk a little bit more specifically about today is the enabling parent. And why do I want to do that? Because I think this is one of the most painful relationships to wake up to. You know, the things we understand that someone might be a narcissist around us and have caused a lot of damage. I think once you come to grips with who that person is, it's easy to, well, not easy, it's a little bit easier wrapping your head around things and being able to maybe move past it once you've done your healing. But with the enabler, it's extremely difficult, and I'll tell you why that's the case. Is because a lot of times the enabler might actually be an empath. And so this enabler might be someone that you actually had a decent relationship with. You might have seen them as a caring empath. But it's also important to understand that in these relationships, especially if you're in a dysfunctional family or a narcissistic family, whether you have a parent, a sibling, a dominant sibling, this enabling parent can help, what's the right word? Facilitate a lot of the activities of the dominant narcissist in the family. And so what you often find with these enablers is that they may be empaths, they may have picked up a lot of narcissistic traits, they're high codependents. If you look back through their lives, they've typically dated other narcissistic people. It's almost like they have their lack of self-love and self-belief in themselves have made them so prone to predators. And so these enablers, they rely heavily on personality types that might be more dominant or dominating, seemingly, as far as, for example, NPD goes, people with narcissistic personality disorder. And so this is an extremely painful relationship to wrap your head around, because when you start to draw boundaries in your life, you're not going to stop at this person. You also have to understand their part in it. Oftentimes you cannot trust them as much as you cannot trust the narcissist, because if you are stuck in a situation where you're trying to keep your information about your life very discreet and to protect yourself, any information that goes to these individuals can be used against you and will be used against you. They will have information about you extracted from them. If it's a parent, if they hold or have access to money, wills, estates, stuff like that, they may work secretly with the dominant sibling that's a narcissist or the parent in orchestrating things in a way that is gonna be the least financially beneficial scenario for you. So it's going to be really important to realize that there's not a whole lot of trust to be had in these relationships. You know, it's funny, like there's an analogy. It's like, you know, for example, you have two people that decide to rob a bank. You know, one of them goes inside the bank and they stick up everybody, they take all the money, and then you have the getaway driver. The enabling parent is the getaway driver, you know. So even though they didn't go in there sticking people up and taking the money, they were still part of the robbery, right? And so they're still responsible for robbing the bank. And so it's very important to navigate this relationship as you're navigating your relationship with other narcissists in the family or those around you. It's a very painful thing because, like I said, oftentimes you'll find this might be the person, the parent that you actually had or you thought you had a good relationship with, only to discover that there's been things happening behind your back. Any information that you've shared about your life that you might have felt that you're sharing with good intentions, you're sharing in a way of in a sincere way, in a genuine way, but you're gonna realize soon that can't really happen, and so you have to really protect yourself from these relationships. One of the things with the enabling parent is that you'll find that sometimes they have like covert contracts with the narcissist. You know, it's almost like an unspoken contract where I'll take care of you, you take care of me. You know, sometimes you'll find these like what I mentioned earlier, these enabling parents can be high codependent, so they rely heavily on the narcissist. And what the narcissist will do is they will utilize this relationship to gain control over anyone that's directly attached to them. So if you're in a family type situation where you have a dominant narcissistic person, they will use that parent or they would use that individual to be able to get access to the other person, whether it's they know that you care about this person a lot, so they manipulate this person against you, so just to hurt your feelings. They may use this person to communicate with you in a way where you think it's authentic, but it's not, in an effort to extract information from you. And so what I want to basically share in this video is that you have to be extremely careful with these individuals, and it's one of the most painful relationships to navigate, because I think when we're sort of waking up to kind of what's going on, one of the first things we typically do is we deal with the narcissistic end of things, right? Only to kind of get to a point where we're realizing that there's this other relationship that we also need to look at and need to address. And so it can be very painful to do, but it's absolutely necessary. And so one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video is just to encourage you guys to practice due diligence. Do not feel that you can freely share information. If you are creating boundaries with certain people in your family, let's say you're creating some boundaries with narcissistic people in your family, you cannot look at this other individual as a safe person to share information with, thinking that nothing is going to get spilled and your details are going to be kept secure. I think you can throw that out of the window, because these individuals are highly connected to the narcissist. They're another thing about that is that they're actually very afraid of them. So they're actually afraid. So what they see in the narcissist impose on you, their projection of their pain and what they essentially cause to you, they don't want to be on the receiving end of that. So these people, a lot of times, they don't have the backbone to be able to put their foot down and to protect you. And so they don't want to be on the receiving end of the wrath that you get from the NPD individual in your family. So be very, very diligent about how you maybe look at this individual or look at this parent. I think one of the other things that you're going to find, one area that you struggle with, or we struggle with, is that, you know, when we're growing up, we expect our parents and our families to be the ones to care for us and support us. And this individual, rather than giving you a sense of protection, really wasn't there to be able to offer that to you. And so what we might see is a lot of struggles in different areas of our life, because the people that we believe are supposed to love us, are supposed to protect us, particularly what you see in these parents or these relationships where you feel that you had a very strong bond and you don't see that replication of respect, trust, protection, all those important things that children look for in their families, especially growing up in their formative years. So this enabling has not been something that's a 1 month thing or a 2 month thing, you know, or it's not like a one-off event. It's typically something that has been going on for years. And I think when you take time and you separate yourself and you create distance and you're able to see things with more clear lens, you're going to be able to go back through your life and you're going to realize how little you felt protected by this person that you supposedly, you know, loved and care so much for. So I don't want to make this video, guys, too long. I just wanted to share a little bit about this enabling parent, because it's extremely painful relationship, and it typically comes after you've dealt with the individuals who have the narcissistic person. So once you create your boundaries, you typically see this is the last sort of speed bump that you have to get over, is learning how to create boundaries with this person. And it's going to be very painful because, like I said, this person's typically an empath that has gotten mixed up with these types of individuals, and you know, cutting ties, creating boundaries, it's going to be a very painful thing. But I wanted to, basically the point of this video was to let you know that that's going to be something that you're probably going to come across, and to be ready for, and just expect it to be a part of the process, expect it to be a part of your growth. And also expect that once you start creating boundaries with the narcissist in your life, you're going to see that whatever was happening before is going to come more, you're going to be able to see things. If you were on the receiving end of abuse in any way, you're going to see that turn up a little bit, even from the enabling side. Because when you start to wake up to what's going on and you start creating boundaries, that person is now going to be manipulated towards you to see you in the same light. So if the narcissist wants to see you as problematic, they're going to now manipulate that enabler to see you the same way. So you're going to realize that once you start creating boundaries, a lot of times this relationship is often, there's not going to be much there to salvage. You're going to have to create really strong boundaries with them. Do not feel that you can openly share about your life, because you can't. And yeah, guys, just expect it, because it's going to be there. You're going to have to deal with it, and it's a painful one to swallow. But you're going to get to the point where you realize that really everybody had a hand in it, and but you can heal from it. You know, you can heal from it, which is a beautiful thing. And you can yourself learn how to grow and go on with your life and be everything that they weren't to you. You know, be a trustworthy person, be a respectful person, you know, do things right. Everything that you saw in them that you didn't appreciate, now you have a chance to go out and be that. So I encourage you to do that. And just want to keep it video short for today, guys. It's a pleasure to get back to you guys and share a little bit. I feel after moving around so much, I feel I can't even tell you the story because it's too long how many times I've moved, but finally feeling a little bit stable here where I'm at now, and I just kind of feel like I can wrap my head around and be able to talk about some of the things that I want to talk about. Because if you guys are spending time watching my video, I wanted to bring you some value. So much love. I wish you guys the best out there, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Bye.